The My Hero Academia anime has finally concluded. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Majin Ashura, and today I just want to talk about My Hero Academia. As an anime only, I like the ending. I haven't read the manga, didn't read the manga. There's no point, Once I decided maybe I should start reading some actual manga, the anime was already on his last season, so I'm like, damn, alright. So I just went to Chainsaw Man, and I'm all caught up on Chainsaw Man. Like, that's crazy, but this ain't about Chainsaw Man. It's about My Hero Academia, the final season, alright? It's over. There will be no more My Hero Academia episodes aired on television unless you're watching My Hero Academia Vigilantes. We should be getting OVAs. I don't know what the OVAs entail. I'm hearing mixed things. Some people saying that they're going to be an extended ending, like we're going to explore that time period a bit more, them being like older teens, pro heroes. We're going to explore that more. But I'm also aware that there's a My Hero Academia manga going out right now that's taking place before all of this craziness happened, when they were still in school. So there's like little side stories that were never told before. Like the first time Deku met Mirko. And she really didn't like him. I didn't know that. Wasn't in the anime. Wasn't in the manga. Interesting stuff. So if they animate that, that'd be pretty cool. The My Hero Academia story is over, but the IP has a lot to give. They could give us a movie if they want to. Who knows if we're going to get a sequel series to continue the continuity. I mean, they're not in the academy anymore, so you can't really call it Academia. Alright, you can still call it My Hero, but you can't call it Academia, We have some My Hero products that don't have the Academia in the name. One's Justice, My Heroes, One's Justice 1 and 2. Then the third one, they just put Academia in the name, so My Hero Academia is All's Justice. But having My Hero and no Academia, it's possible. Just make the IP My Hero, You never know what could go from there, It's a lot of possibilities. Because that series, even though, the story's over, the way the world is set up, it's almost infinite possibilities of stories that can be told because everyone in that world has power, so even if you want to switch the main character, you could. There's never going to be an end to villains versus heroes. And it could just be baller, It doesn't have to end here, and then here. The main story's over, but you never know what we're going to get. But as far as the final season went, it handled itself better than many other animes that end. I have to say, I was really surprised, The final battle happens at the beginning of the season. Not like the end. Usually when an anime ends, the final battle is near the end of the anime. The final episodes. Right after that, you get one episode to close everything off. No, they did the final battles at the beginning of the season, and that was really interesting. The rest of the season was just tying loose ends from characters that really didn't even matter. We got to see the ending of Overhaul. Locked up. He's lucky he's in that cell by himself, Loki. I'm not gonna hold you if someone else is in that cell and he has no hands, it's over, dog. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Let's not even go there, dog. We got to see Overhaul's ending. Most of the League of Villains are just dead. There's only, 2 survivors, and one of them's gonna die soon. One of them's on a life clock, and the other one is just an anthro that's in prison. I don't know if he's doing life. Spinner? Yeah, he's in prison. I don't know if he's doing life or not. They don't tell you their sentences. You just see them locked up. Dabby's on life support, and the support is failing. There's no way they could keep him. Surprisingly, he was alive past the time skip. I was surprised about that. I thought by the time we got to the time skip, the dude was gonna be cooked, but he's still cooking. But this man's gonna die soon. He might not even get to see it. Might be off screen death. Shit. I mean, he was still alive by the time the series ended, but they pretty much tell us that, yeah, this guy's cooked. He's going to die. Other than that, the rest of the League of Villains are just smoked. Dead. They're gone. It's over. Toga's death was pretty heavy. Pretty heavy. The emotional weight and turmoil going on with Uraraka was pretty well written. She just wanted to be a hero to make money for the family. Now she has a death on her conscience. That's pretty... And she feels responsible for it, even though, she stabbed you. It's not like you got stabbed. She stabbed you, survivor's guilt or whatnot. But it was pretty heavy. It was a pretty heavy scene, They dealt with the series good. One thing they didn't do, they didn't do any romance, which I was a little disappointed about. Not because I wanted ships to happen, but I wanted the crazy shippers to suffer. Because this is a battle shown in anime. When I turn on My Hero Academia, I'm here to see heroes versus villains. I'm here to see beef. I'm here to see fighting. You want to add the emotional shit That's the cherry on top. The character development, all that is great. But some of these people just wanted to see Bakugo and Deku do nasty things. Nasty things. I just don't understand. They wanted to see them do nasty things despite seeing him and Uraraka having some sort of connection. There's a build up to some sort of connection. Like, they just wanted to see him and Bakugo do nasty things that I can't even... I don't want to. I could probably explain it, but I don't want to explain it. You guys know what I'm talking about. You know? So I was just hoping that Deku would end up with Uraraka just for fun. Like, it's the same thing with Bleach. Like, at the end of Bleach, I really didn't care who Ichigo ended up with. Orihime or Rukia, right? When she ended up with Orihime, the people that wanted him to end up with Rukia were so angry, they started burning their mangas. So me being the person I am, I had to make memes clowning on them. I had to make memes. You know, I just made a bunch of memes clowning on them. That was back in the edgy era, so I can't show those memes here. But I really pissed a lot of people off. Oh, those memes. Anyway, Hirokoshi, I heard that the part where Uraraka was breaking down about Toga, when Deku was like trying to console her. I heard the anime. I didn't see the manga, but I heard people complaining that the anime made it look a bit more romantic than in the manga. Okay, like I feel like the relationship built up between those two are more natural. You know, it's romantic. Like, Deku and Bakugo have no romantic feelings for each other. It's like a rivalry turned. It's a bully to a rivalry to friendship type of relationship, and they just want to see them do nasty things. I just don't understand. They never blushed. They never got embarrassed about each other. Nothing like that. There's no awkward moments. Like, if there's a sequel, we just might end up seeing Midoriya with Uraraka. Now, if that doesn't happen, oh well, it is what it is. But I just want these shippers to just shut up, just watch the show. Like, they're talking about like spanking meat, like Bakugo and Deku spanking meat. Like, they're not talking about All For One being killed or nothing like that. Like, come on, we'll talk about power scaling. No one's talking about power scaling. They're talking about whose meat is going into who. It's terrible. It's the fandom, you know? And I gotta say, I experienced My Hero Academia to completion without involving myself with the fandom, because I seen early on how nasty that fandom was. I seen early on when the series was just starting. The series just started like 2 seasons in, so I was like, okay, let me just watch the show and not go any deeper than that, because these people are just, oh my god. But, you know, my boy Deku lost his quirk, man. He got no quirk. Powerless. People thought he was going to put the fries in the bag, but he didn't. He turned into Tony Stark. They gave him the Iron Man Deku armor, and I think this armor is stronger than the one that All Might used to fight All For One. I don't know if you can see it as a downgrade. Can you see this as a downgrade from him losing his quirk? Because his new armor has Black Whip. So if it has Black Whip, I'm assuming it has the rest of the quirks that he possessed with One For All. So I'm assuming he could probably fly. I don't know about danger sense. He probably has some weird radar detection technology, you know, to detect things that are incoming. I don't know how he could see the difference between danger or an ally that's just moving towards him quickly. So yeah, he's gonna have to work on that. But you know, he's probably got some crazy AI that could tell the difference. Who knows? But yeah, he'll probably have some signal reading to replace his danger sense. The mist thing, to create the mist, that's easy. You know, that's really easy. What else? What other quirk did this man have? Oh man, that shock absorption thingy. The building up the energy. I don't know how they're gonna do that with the armor. It's possible with some Black Panther type tech, I guess, but it's possible. Like the super strength. I don't know what he's gonna do about that. But think about this, alright? I feel like Iron Might, as crippled and as decrepit as he is, Iron Might would probably beat the shit out of All Might from season 3, if I'm being honest. I think he'd beat All For One from season 3 when they fought in the city and the UA kids when they went to go save Bakugo. I feel like if All Might had that armor, Iron Might for the final season, I feel like he'd win that fight. I felt like it would be like a stomp, because you saw who he was dealing with, the type of All For One he was dealing with on the actual season. Like, that was All For One in his prime, no respiratory devices, and young. So he didn't win, but he did pretty good, man. And you're telling me like this armor has the battle data from Deku's battle against Shigaraki? I don't know if you want to amp that on top of Iron Might, like whatever Deku had. Obviously, it's not going to be as strong, but you have to think about this. Look at Marvel, all right? You have all these people with superpowers, all these X-Men, Spider-Man, you know? And realistically speaking, like, Iron Man's doing unspeakable things to a lot of these characters that have natural superpowers, while Tony Stark has none. He's doing unspeakable things to them. That's why I don't see Iron Deku as a downgrade. I see it as him having more possibilities now. You know, he's more versatile now. Obviously, his durability, well, he's not getting hit in the flesh anymore, but I mean, he still had the durability of a human, really. Did he ever use One for All to, like, shield himself? To, like, harden himself? I don't think he ever used a harden ability, right? So, like, all his durability has to have come from natural training. So, whatever training he did with the quirk should still be there. He should still be brawling underneath the armor. Still tough. He can still take damage. He can still get stabbed and stuff like that. Still be good. So, this Iron Deku thing should be good. I think he's going to be pretty strong. So people shouldn't look at him as being a handicap hero. Like, this is the beginning of Iron Man type characters in My Hero Academia, right? Well, they were playing with X-Men. It's time for Iron Man, all right? And eventually it's going to be time for aliens. Aliens. Yo, when's Galactus pulling up? Oh, fun fact. Did you know All Might beat Thanos? I know it's random. Did you know All Might beat Thanos? Now, I don't know if you want to say this is a weaker My Hero Academia Thanos or just an overpowered version of All Might, but I just want to throw that out there. Like, there's a manga where he beat Thanos. Crazy stuff. But all in all, the My Hero Academia season finale is pretty good. The series over. It had an 11-year run, right? About 10 to 11-year run. I remember when I first got into My Hero Academia. When it first started, I wasn't even, like, crazy about it. I wasn't really paying attention. I knew it existed, but it wasn't until one day I'm just doing the dishes. Not even paying attention. Look at the TV. Someone's watching it. And all I see is All Might versus Nomu, and I see them swapping hands and throwing punches. And they were just going faster and faster. Alright, that one fight scene bought me. Like, they were really going in. I was like, okay, I gotta watch this shit. It looks crazy. My Villain Academia was such a travesty. That was such a travesty. Because they skipped a lot of scenes. They removed content. People complain about filler, but I feel like removing content is worse than extra content. Like, you're actually losing parts of the story. Like, we actually lost scenes of people getting killed. You know, a few people died and they took it out, you know. So that was their choice. People complaining about the blue sky. I didn't care about the blue sky, really. I just cared about the missing content. You know, we didn't have the blue sky in the final battle. If we had the blue sky during the All For One fight, in the final fight, right, I could understand. But that was disappointing. I find the entire part with Dark Deku to be a disappointment. I said this on my channel many times before, but I gotta say it again. The Dark Deku arc was corny. Horikoshi is a fan of Spider-Man, and we all know that Deku's sort of based off of Spider-Man in terms of his abilities and powers. And when manga came out, you know, leaks come out here and there. Well, spoilers, I guess, because they're not really leaks. But for the anime watcher only, you know, you see certain things here and there. I saw the design, Dark Deku. He was looking mean. I was like, this might be his black suited Spider-Man arc. You know? When he fought Muscular, I thought he was going to do unspeakable things to him. I thought they were going to clash fists and then Muscular's arm was just going to explode. I thought he was going to put this man in a hospital. When he fought Lady Nagant, I thought he was going to put her in a hospital. I really thought Dark Deku was going to be dark. But no, he wasn't dark. He was just doing the hero thing wrong. He was just taking the weight of the world onto his own shoulders. That's all. He wasn't even dark. He was just, I don't even know how you could describe it. Just alone, really. He wasn't even dark. It was really stupid. It was just another you have friends anime moment. That's all. You don't have to do this alone. You gave him an edgy look for no reason. It was wasted. It was stupid. It was dumb. This is something that we learned a lesson of teamwork early in the series. Why does this kid need to learn it again? And why does he need an edgy ass costume when he's not even edgy? He's still the same Deku. He's just working alone and overworking himself. He wasn't even like on some black suit Spider-Man energy. He was about to go hard on these villains. Some tough justice, but no, it was just him yeah. So that was, but after that, show got better. After that, Dark Deku arc ended. It wasn't a bad arc, but it was just disappointing. That's not even the anime's fault. That's the manga's fault, really. That's Horikoshi's writing right there. So he decided to blue ball us with the black suit Spider-Man concept just to not do it, I guess. But other than that, all the content after that, I think goes phenomenal. You know, I'm gonna miss the series. No more new episodes. We got a game coming out, All's Justice. That's gonna have some new story elements because once Justice 1 and 2, they have little story extension missions. They're nothing crazy, but you know, just extra fights that never happened on the show. So All's Justice is gonna have that, but they're gonna have extend the end. I don't know what they're gonna do. They're gonna alter the ending a little bit. It's gonna be a little different from the anime. I'm not sure what they're gonna do. It sort of reminds me of the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm situation where Storm 4 did the ending before the anime. And surprisingly enough, I prefer the game, how they tied up the end of Naruto in the game better than the anime. And the anime had a lot, like, we had a build up to, you know, Naruto and Hinata's relationship a little bit and their marriage and shit like that. But on Storm 4, there's some finality. It's so cinematic and there's so much finality. It's emotional. It's way more emotional in the game. And I was very surprised that the anime, despite doing the ending after the game, because the game, here's one thing that the Storm games have over Dragon Ball games: they will cover manga content before the anime does. Dragon Ball IP's too scared to do that. They don't want to give us moral or gas. That's just the reality that we're gonna have to live in. But they actually beat the anime in terms of the Naruto ending. It was really impressive. So I look forward to seeing how the game's gonna do it, what they're gonna do. And I guess this is farewell to the main story of My Hero Academia. Thank you, Hirokoshi, for such a wonderful story and for giving us a great unrushed ending. If you guys like this video and maybe think about some My Hero Academia content here and there, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, alright? I might make more content like this. Let me know what you guys want, alright? As long as I know about the show, I could cook something up. Someone actually requested me to cook something up, so I've been cooking it up for a while, you know. It's coming out soon. Recording's done. I'm in the editing stage, but it's hard these days, man. It's really hard, but I'm trying my best. It'll be out soon, but that's pretty much it, guys. Peace.